Good evening, bonsoir. Bienvenue à la séance extraordinaire publique du 10 février. Welcome to the special public meeting on February 10th. I will be doing a bit of a couple of function because our city clerk has a cough. So we'll go to the adoption of the agenda. Que l'ordre du jour soit approuvé comme présenté. Je vais avoir quelqu'un pour proposer et appuyer. Councillor Knowles, appuyé par Councillor Scarry. Tous en faveur signifiant en disant oui. Contre, non. Motion adoptée. Madame Roy, est-ce qu'on a des déclarations de conflit d'intérêt?
Aucune déclaration de conflit d'intérêt.
Parfait. On s'en va sur finance. 3.1, transfer from the utility capital reserve fund to the utility capital fund. Be it resolved that members of council authorized to transfer $156,681.10 plus tax from the utility capital reserve fund to the utility capital fund for repair for pump number 2 at lift station number 18, located at the intersection of U-Haul Drive and Queen Elizabeth Drive. I'll need a mover and a seconder. Councillor Branch, seconded by Deputy Mayor Willett. Before I go to any questions, Mr. Pettigrew.
Thank you, Worship. Here's a prime example of when we had federal funding for these projects where we had to create reserves specifically for these projects for future maintenance. So I'll allow Mr. Abernathy to give a little explanation. On that project.
All right. Mr. Abernathy, I'll give you the mic. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm just double checking the resolution there. I'm not sure if you misspoke or if that number is correct.
156,681?
Yeah, that number's not correct.
Oh. Okay. What is the number? We can go back to it.
It's, I believe there's a
typo?
Yeah, there's a misplaced comma, I believe. If you look at the RFD, it's actually for 15,681.
Okay, 15,681. I'll reread the resolution if everybody's okay with that. Be it resolved that members of council authorized to transfer 15,681 plus tax from the Utility Capital Reserve Fund to the Utility Capital Fund for the repair of pump number 2 at lift station number 18, located at intersection of U-Haul Drive and Queen Elizabeth Drive. Moved by Councillor Branch, seconded by Deputy Mayor Willett. All right. Do we have any questions for, you still have the mic.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So this is lift station 18 that's down at the beach. It handles all the sewage for the beach. So essentially those lift stations each have 2 pumps in every lift station. Right now we're operating on 1, so this is the backup pump, which is certainly essential in those stations because there's nowhere to overflow any of that sewage. So this will be to ensure that we do have a backup pump for that station number 18.
All right. Do we have any questions for Mr. Pettigrew or Mr. Abernathy? Oh. Councillor Burnett.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. How many lift stations do we have throughout the city?
23.
23. And do we do preventive maintenance on something like this?
This would be a repair, so this was actually not really emergency because it's a backup pump, but we do preventative maintenance on every one of those lift stations every year, yeah.
Every year?
Yep.
Yeah. Great, love. 23. Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll go to the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. 4.1, draft resolution T001-25, 2 4-door, 4-wheel drive, half-ton trucks. That tender T001-25 for the supply of 2 4-door, 4-wheel drive, half-ton trucks be awarded to Lonsbury Company Limited of Bathurst, New Brunswick, for the total amount of $109,033 plus tax. I'll need someone to move and someone to second. Councillor Branch, seconded by Councillor LeBlanc. Mr. Pettigrew, do we need to go? Vehicles. All right. Mr. Abernathy, you still have the mic.
Thank you, Worship. So these 2 units are to replace 2 units down at Public Works and Parks. The 1 unit has suffered catastrophic failure, so it won't be. It needs immediate replacement, and the other is to replace a 2008 Chevy half-ton that's outside of its useful life. So we're certainly going to be getting rid of those vehicles through the procurement process. That's through the disposition of assets process.
All right. No questions? Go to the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion granted. Adjournment of the meeting. That the special public meeting be adjourned at 6:35 p.m. Councillor Branch, seconded by Councillor Hondas. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Meeting adjourned. We will now resume. I'm looking at Monsieur Jean-Sébastien. On est correct de continuer? Oui? OK. Je vais aller chercher. J'ai tout déménagé, mais il me faut, il me faut mes papiers. Bon. We will start with the committee of a whole. Donc, réunion plénière du jour. Madame Roy, est-ce qu'on a des déclarations de conflit d'intérêts?
Aucune déclaration n'a été faite.
Parfait. Présentation du public et de l'administration. Public and administration presentation. We have quite a few presentations this evening. Looking forward to these. Le premier, c'est événements et récolte de fonds Corvette pour la fête de la récolte par Evelyne Valotaire. Madame Valotaire? Yep. We have a translation, so you can speak the language of your choice.
Good evening.
I'll give you the mic. Hold on. Yeah. I'm also acting IT.
Madam Mayor, members of the council, my name is Mark Willett, and this is Evelyne Vallataire, and thank you for this opportunity. We are here today to thank you for your support from the car show last year. With your support, we were able to make the second Bathurst Heritage Harvest Fest Corvette display a huge success. The weekend brought 80 Corvette owners, which approximately represents 160 people from outside our cities, coming from all parts in New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, PEI, Quebec, and even Eastern U.S. Filling up the Best Western at full capacity and several rooms in the Quality Inn hotel in town. After registrations on Friday afternoon, 30 cars, 30 cars went to the Southern Comfort nursing home to show the cars to the residents. They had got wind of us coming in town, and they wanted to do a little something for their residents. So the cars went down there. The group was happy to go, and we even brought some Timbits for the residents, just to show off the cars. On Friday evening, we hosted 160 people approximately at the 13 Barrels for a meet and greet and showcase again our waterfront and our beautiful downtown scenery. Saturday, the car show brought an amazing 107 Corvettes from all the generations, from 1 to 8, together in the parking lot next to the 13 Barrels, and an unmatched Corvette gathering anywhere in Eastern Canada. Saturday evening, we hired a Hola tour bus to take everybody from the motels to the marina, and from the marina back to the motels, just to promote the don't drink and drive, safe driving, and this was a very important part of our group's motto or responsibility. So the marina served meals and drinks, and we enjoyed the trivia night hosted by John and Alice Mann and their group. It was a great evening enjoyed by all. On Sunday morning, most of the group reserved their hotel room for 2025 before leaving. They really enjoyed the weekend. They enjoyed the hospitality and the scenery that we have here. Our group was able to donate $1,600 to the local food bank and $400 to the old post office with our 50-50 draw. This was a larger than expected donation because the people that won the 50-50 draws and the money that we were drawing donated it back to the food bank. So that's why the amount was quite a bit bigger than what we had expected. We are here today to ask for your support again for the 2025 Harvest Fest Corvette Car Show for the amount of $4,260. This would cover the 13-barrel rental of the facilities for the Friday night, which is $17.25. The signage, the plaques, the trophies, and everything that we need to showcase, which is $1,000. The bus rental for Saturday night is $1,035. Saturday night, evening, the bus. And then the organization of the Green Lounge to do the supper on Saturday night. And then again, we'd appreciate to be able to get the promotional stuff from the city, the bags, the pins, the pens, so we can put all our stuff in there. So all of the food and entertainment for this weekend is all paid by the members themselves and the people who attend. So that's what I have as a presentation. Do you have any questions?
Do we have any questions? No questions. I wanted to say congratulations. It was just absolutely beautiful downtown. It was something else to see. My grandson went nuts. Just, boys, they see the tiny little cars, be able to see that. It was certainly something else. So good on you. We do have a committee put in place, so we will definitely get back to you once the committee meets and be able to discuss.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for your presentation. Merci beaucoup. Bathurst Snow Bears by Dustin Don et Roxane Pelletier. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, m'entendez-vous bien?
Oui.
Oui, OK. Donc, bonsoir Madame la maire, membres du Conseil et les citoyens qui nous écoutent à la maison ce soir. Mon nom, c'est Roxane Pelletier. Je suis secrétaire du club de ski de fond Ours des Neiges de Bathurst. Puis, on a Dustin Don, qui est notre vice-président au niveau du club. On est ici ce soir pour deux choses. Vous parler un petit peu de qu'est-ce qu'on fait au niveau du club, qu'est-ce qu'on offre comme service. Puis aussi de vous parler de notre projet d'acquisition d'une nouvelle damuse pour nos pistes de ski.
So we'd like to start by acknowledging our partners, New Pittsburgh River Company, Cross Country Ski New Brunswick, the province of New Brunswick, and the city of Bathurst. Their support is critical in having a thriving ski community in our town. So the Bathurst Snow Bear Ski Club is a non-profit organization run entirely by volunteers since 2006. We are dedicated to facilitating, promoting, and teaching cross-country skiing to our membership. Our trails exist in the city watershed area since at least 1980. So thanks to the city for making this land available to outdoor recreation activities. We have a great working relationship with the staff at the water treatment facility to coordinate access, as well as with Parks and Recreation and the city engineering departments. So we maintain over 10 kilometers of cross-country ski trails for both classic and skate technique, and we're the only cross-country ski center in the Schiller region.
Au niveau des membres du club, on est environ 400 membres depuis environ 10 ou 15 ans maintenant. C'est un sport qui est inclusif, donc notre plus jeune membre en date d'aujourd'hui a 4 ans, puis le membre le plus âgé a 83 ans. C'est un sport qui peut aussi accommoder des sportifs avec des handicaps physiques, comme vous pouvez voir sur la photo. C'est un sport qui est populaire au niveau de la ville. Au niveau de la province, c'est le deuxième plus grand club de ski. On a 400 membres. Puis le plus gros club est à Fredericton. Ils ont 600 membres. Donc, par habitant, on est le plus gros club de ski de la province. C'est un sport qui est accessible. Notre passe de saison coûte 78 $ pour un adulte. On a des taux pour les étudiants aussi. Puis pour une famille de 4, ça coûte 200 $. Donc relativement accessible.
So some of the programs that we offer is Kids Learn to Ski program. It's called the Jackrabbit program. It's offered across Canada. So we offer it here at our club as well. And it's designed for kids aged 3 to 13 to learn how to cross-country ski. We have to limit enrollment at 50 kids, and we try and offer 8 sessions between January and March every year. With the lack of snow this year, it's been a later start. We offer rental equipment to make the program kind of more affordable and accessible for families. And then we also offer lessons to adults. Because that's some of the feedback we've had over the years, is that adults would like to learn to improve their own technique, as well as kind of learn skate skiing specifically is something that's quite popular. So here's just a few photos of our kids' programs. We have like a superhero day, so kids get to dress up, and the program, the Jackrabbits program, is really games-based, so learning to ski by playing games and having fun is what we're really trying to do.
On a aussi un Lopet annuel. Un Lopet, c'est une compétition de ski récréative ouverte pour tous. Notre dernier Lopet, on avait plus de 100 participants qui provenaient de partout au Nouveau-Brunswick, l'île du Prince-Édouard et la Nouvelle-Écosse. Donc, c'est certain que ça attire des touristes dans la région. Puis en plus, on est chanceux d'être plus au nord, fait qu'on a de la neige un peu plus que les zones du sud là, actuellement. Donc, c'est ça. Le gros de la présentation, on voulait vous parler de la damuse. C'est sûr que c'est le cœur de notre club. Pas de damuse, on n'a pas de piste de ski de fond. On a actuellement 10 à 12 km de pistes à maintenir. Vous pouvez voir les pistes sur la photo. Au niveau des opérateurs, on a 2 opérateurs actuellement au niveau de la damuse. C'est beaucoup de travail bénévole. Ça prend environ 3 heures pour faire les pistes, puis ils les font en moyenne à chaque 1 à 2 journées. Là. Fait que c'est des très, très bons bénévoles. Là où on se pose plus des questions sur l'avenir du club, c'est au niveau de la machine. On a besoin d'une machine fiable, puis en ce moment, c'est ça qu'on doit planifier un peu mieux pour le futur.
So the machine that we currently have is dates to 1996. It was obtained after the Canada Games, so it came to us in 2006. Maintenance is performed by the City of Bathurst. In 2022, a major overhaul was completed, which included a rebuild of the diesel engine, new hydraulic pumps, and work to the compactor and tiller. So this work was completed by the city, and the materials were kind of reimbursed by the club. So the groomer is approaching its end of its life, and we feel it's a long-term solution is its replacement.
Donc, en collaboration avec la Ville de Bathurst, les opérateurs et le comité exécutif, une décision sera prise concernant le modèle exact qui convient le mieux à nos besoins. Un des modèles populaires est le Prynot Husky. C'est le même modèle que le club de ski de Charlot. Puis le coût de la machine est d'environ 500 000 $. Cet hiver, un comité bénévole a été mis en place afin d'entamer des discussions avec les parties prenantes et les partenaires financiers potentiels afin de pouvoir obtenir l'appareil d'ici 3 à 5 ans. Le projet est vraiment dans un stade embryonnaire. Comme j'ai dit, on a juste commencé à mettre le comité sur pied cet hiver. Il y a plusieurs partenaires nécessaires. Ce n'est pas seulement la Ville de Bathurst de prendre la responsabilité de financer ce projet-là, loin de là. Un gros morceau qu'on a fait cet hiver, on a été voir les subventions disponibles aux différents paliers gouvernementaux, fédéral, provincial et régional. Les discussions sont encore sur la glace pour certains des paliers, mais là, on a eu une bonne rencontre avec la Société de développement régional qui a un fonds de développement communautaire qui pourrait financer 40% du projet de la damuse, qui donnerait un 200 000 $ de base pour financer le projet. On veut faire cette présentation aussi à la Ville de Belby aussi, parce qu'on a plusieurs membres qui proviennent de Belby. Puis, dans un autre temps, mais c'est sûr qu'on va demander des dons à la communauté, puis faire des levées de fonds là, au niveau des membres du club. Puis, dans le futur, ben, c'est sûr qu'on apprécierait poursuivre les discussions concernant les partenariats qu'on pourrait faire entre notre club et la ville pour mener le projet à terme.
So, thank you for your time and collaboration in supporting the cross-country ski community here in town.
Thank you for your presentation. Oh, we do have a question. Councillor Burnett?
Thanks, Madam Mayor. Thanks for your presentation. Merci beaucoup. The old machine, is it worth anything? Can you get something out of that one before, or as a trade on a new one, or?
I don't know about trading it in, but I think it would still have value, yes.
It's quite a piece of gear. I remember coming to town, and we were so happy to get it. You know, so hopefully you can maintain it until you have the funding in place for a new one,
Yeah.
because it's really what you absolutely need compared to what we used to use there. So good for you guys for maintaining that. Great to have all the kids involved too. That's an excellent activity. And maybe Thursday night you'll get your snow.
Yes.
15 to 20 maybe.
And
We
some
hope.
more Sunday.
Yeah, or Sunday. Thank you, Missy.
Deputy Mayor Willett?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Through you to Mr. Abernathy, you remember how much it cost the city when we rebuilt that machine?
Oh, hold on. I'll give you the mic, Mr. Abernathy. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I don't know the number exactly of the city offhand that we spent on it, but the majority of the cost was covered by the club. The majority of it was parts and some contract work that was all covered by the club. So, you know, somewhere in the 5,000 to 10,000 from the city, I would imagine at that point. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Councillor Branch?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just curious, since it's a regional, I was just wondering if it's something that we should be going to the Regional Service Commission with as far as funding.
Yeah, I seen it in your presentation that you plan on going to the Regional Service Commission as well, right?
We
Yeah.
did. We had a first meeting with them already. Discussions are ongoing.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
C'est une très belle initiative, puis surtout que, tu sais, deuxième plus grand club du Nouveau-Brunswick, c'est certain, puis il y a toutes sortes de financements qui existent avec le gouvernement provincial et fédéral. Et on va certainement essayer de voir qu'est-ce qui peut être fait, puis comment est-ce qu'on peut sauver ce bijou-là. Merci. Merci
à
beaucoup
vous.
pour votre présentation. We go to Grant Committee Recommendation. Madame Roy, à qui je m'adresse?
Conseil Leblanc.
Conseiller Leblanc? OK. Vous avez le micro. You've got the mic.
Merci, Madame la mairesse. Dernière rencontre qu'on a eue, le comité, justement, de subvention. Malheureusement, un de nos doyens n'était pas présent. On était moins qu'on conseiller Scary. Et puis, on a eu des demandes pour un montant de 102 000 dans le Discretionary Fund. Et on avait seulement que 72 600 dans ce fonds-là. Après ça, on a eu aussi une demande qui fitait les critères qu'on s'est donnés pour le Tourism Levy.
OK.
Et puis, ça fait qu'on les a séparés de cette façon-là. Et au meilleur de notre connaissance et de nos habiletés, comme vous avez sur la feuille qu'on a présentée, voici où on en est arrivé, moi et conseiller Scary, pour la distribution de ces fonds. Écoute, je suis ouvert et je suis certain que mon collègue, conseiller Scary aussi, est aussi ouvert à écouter les recommandations ou les questions de nos collègues. Donc, je pense que je vais le laisser à eux, à ce stade ici, de nous poser les questions qu'ils peuvent avoir à ce sujet.
OK. As-tu des questions? As-tu des questions? OK. Councillor Anderson?
Thank you, Your Worship. Yeah, I do have a few questions. In regards to the Legion, what is the purchase for?
The purchase at the Legion, that
Yeah.
was for a commercial dishwasher of $15,000.
Okay. For the Multicultural Association, I don't know who could answer this, maybe Mr. Abernathy or Mr. Pettigrew. Are we still paying for the plowing of the driveway at the Multicultural Association?
Yes, they clean the driveway for free. So they do have savings on that.
Because that's why we had stopped giving the $5,000, because the city was paying to plow their driveway all winter. Am I correct, Mr. Abernathy?
I'll get you the mic, Mr. Abernathy.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'm not sure why the grant was removed, but the plowing of the yard, I don't think would approach $5,000 if that is the logic there. But you know, somewhere around $2,000 or $2,500 would be reasonable for our cost on that.
Because I know like that was a recurring one that we had quite a few years ago, and then it was stopped because we were still plowing their yard.
Yeah, they've been plowing since they moved there on Main Street.
That's what I thought. The four directions, the $2,250, that'll be specified for 3 children from the city of Bathurst?
Oh, okay. Gary, I'll give you the mic.
Yeah, that was one of the things that had been talked about, and that definitely is the way it will be put out, that it will be for 3 individuals from the city of Bathurst, 3 youngsters. That's right, yes, yeah.
Oh, it's because there's. Okay, hold on. I'll shut some mics and.
I'm on.
Yeah, she's on. You've got your mic.
You were off for a while.
No, she's on.
Okay. What is Classic Fest Chaleur?
Councillor Scary, your mic is still on if you want
sorry.
to. Oh, okay. Oh, no, did you want to speak on that behalf, or did Councillor LeBlanc, did you want to speak? Okay.
Chaleur is a
Okay.
music festival that we've actually sponsored it in the past.
Okay.
I can't remember the gentleman's name who came in and presented.
Okay, that's what it is, because in 2024 it said there was no amounts given, so that's why I was kind of thrown.
Yeah, he didn't come and ask for money in 2024. He did. I think he had come the year of COVID, or first year I was in council, and then he skipped a year or two, and then he came back, and I guess they're holding that again. And just go back also, Councillor Anderson, to the Multicultural Association.
Yeah.
In the records that Amy Lynn had given us, we had always given the $5,000 except for last year, and the reason was because there was no president, there was no board in place.
That's incorrect.
That's the information we had, and then Madam Mayor had even had a conversation with us at the time on that subject last year.
Mm-hmm.
So
We had stopped giving it because of the
since
plow.
we've been here, we've given it every year except for
Yeah,
last year.
just last year they didn't get it.
It's the only year.
Yeah, they didn't get it last year. They did not have a director at the time,
Correct.
and
Yeah.
That's all the questions I have.
all right. Councillor Knowles?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The $5,000 for operational expenses requested for North Tettigwish Rec Center, in addition to the $45,000 that we've approved for 3 years, we already know about that. Is that enough to see them through? Is that
We're certainly
5,000,
hoping
does
so that we.
carry them? Is that?
We're certainly hoping so. We were looking at it's to help pay for an extra employee. So we had done some math at the time. I don't know exactly what we had done, but we were hoping that would certainly help cover the excess that employee may cost.
Okay. Yeah.
Because if you look at the amount remaining, well, this year today could come into the tourism levy, but we wanted to also keep a certain amount remaining for other requests that would come during the year.
No, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So what we have on the table for that, because we'll be going next week to resolution, so I need a direction from council. Do we have, okay, Councillor Scary?
Yeah, just in regards to the North Tettigwish Rec Center, I do know that they are in the process of checking for government assistance as well, to hire staff that they need to put in place, and we were figuring that the $5,000 might be utilized to sort of start them out, get them going, so that they can continue to rent the facility, because it is getting a lot of rentals, and they definitely need to have that in order to keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just more or less to tide them over to get them rolling. And I do know that they're in the process of searching out government assistance.
So the only other question that we have is the one for the Multicultural Association. So I need feedback from council. Are you okay with the 5,000 going forward, or you want to offer less or none? Councillor Hondas, I'm going to put you on the spot because that seems to be the only one that's been brought to, I'll give you the mic. Okay.
Well, I guess if we were given it before and we took it off last year, if it's going to help, with the Multicultural Association bringing immigrants in, I don't see any problem. I do have a question about the Nipisiguit Sports Lodge request, though, if I have a chance. But Councillor Anderson did bring up a valid point. If we're plowing their yard at our expense, could we balance it off maybe by $3,000 and then $2,000 in kind? And same thing for North Tetigush. I know that's a question too. They're having a hard time. Couldn't we include some in kind? Maybe the people at our front desk could answer some calls for bookings and stuff like that. If they don't have, we can always.
Not sure if that would be doable. I'm looking at you, Mr. Abernathy, Mr. Pettigrew.
So it's just
it's because they are their own entity.
Mm-hmm.
So to have, then we get the city employees involved.
Yeah. The only question I have is they've been running this association with 45,000, but since the city took over, now they want extra money. Is that going to be a recurring thing for them every year that they're going to request an extra?
I think for now it's because a lot of the volunteers are all retiring.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, it's very difficult to get volunteers to help nowadays. And being able to have someone that they could have on staff that can go and lock the door after an event is what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Councillor Scarry, I'll give you the mic.
Yes, as the mayor said, they are in the process of sort of restructuring. The president has stepped down, and they are getting they have opened that up now to accepting for the position people from the region. I have been at a number of the last meetings, and it is really sort of invigorating to see that there is a lot of community involvement, more so than there ever has been. I guess it's like anything when somebody realizes that there's a possibility of losing something that's a key part of their community or a key part of life in that area, people will decide that, maybe we do have to step forward. And that's coming about, and I think what happens is the original request for the $15,000 was to pay for two people to look after the bookings and looking after opening and closing the hall. And we just sort of figured that $5,000 would go away to sort of start that off. And I'm sort of really excited about the direction that it's going, because it seems like there is a lot of people in the area that are coming forward and going to be volunteering, and it's just more or less a little bit of a stipend, I guess, for the people that would be going and opening up and closing the hall, because they have to clean it as well.
Yeah.
So it's definitely to me it's definitely something that is needed to keep that part of not just North Tetigush. That's a major asset for us too. They got a beautiful ice rink there. The facilities available for rental and that kind of thing. So I definitely think it all falls into. With amalgamation, there were some things that get sort of tossed at us and that kind of thing. This is a gem, because there is a lot of potential to that as well. So I definitely think it's well worth the $5,000 investment to sort of help them pick up and keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So we have feedback from Councillor Hondas. Councillor Anderson.
One other thing I'd like to question is the old post office. Initially, we agreed to $20,000 a year over 5 years. Sorry, $100,000, $20,000 over 5 years, right?
Yep.
Now, maybe I'm forgetting something, but I know we gave them an extra $40 last year to help with the heat, to put in the furnaces or the heaters. Am I correct? So, what's this extra $20 for?
Councillor LeBlanc.
Yeah, well, remember they came back and they asked for an extra 100,000.
Right.
On
That's why we
top.
gave them the extra 40 this year. Because
Yeah, and then
it's for the heat.
what we had said at the time is we'd give them 20 per year for the following 3 years. That would match. That would be the total of 100. So we just put in what council had agreed on that one.
Yeah, because I don't remember that.
Councillor Hondas?
Councillor Hondas had a question on the Pizigwit
Yeah.
sports lodge.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm just bringing back what Councillor Anderson just said. We agreed to 100,000, 20,000 over the course of 5 years. Then they came back with the 100,000. We had agreed. I had made the proposal of giving them the 100 with extra 20, but we decided on the 40,000 and just continuing the extra 20,000 that we had initially given. I think that's not an extra 20 there, so it wouldn't be 40,000 for the next 3 years. We just continued at 20, as we had said the first time. I think that's what we had came up with.
Okay. So,
Could very well. I had understood that we would give them the whole 100, but they needed money up front, so we gave them instead of giving them 20 a year, an extra 20
But I
a
think
year.
we had finalized it on on 40, and then continuing the 20 that we had.
Yeah, originally,
Yeah.
that one we didn't touch. I was aware of that.
so before we continue with the tourism levy, can we finish with the discretion fund first, and then
Yep.
let's do the top, and then we'll do the other piece?
Certainly.
Okay, so there's a proposal or a suggestion that for the Multicultural Association, 3,000 as opposed to 5, since we do in-kind. Is this what you were saying, Councillor Hondas?
Yeah, that's what I was suggesting, but
Okay.
council rules.
All right. Councillor Knowles, I'm going to go to you for your feedback. Hold on, I'm going to give you the mic. All right.
I really don't have an opposition with the 5,000. I trust the committee's recommendation. Can bounce the numbers back and forth, but
Okay.
I'll go with the recommendation, the original recommendation.
Okay. Councillor Legacy?
I'd agree with the 5,000 as well.
Okay. Councillor Scary?
Well, I had agreed to it originally, and I think, what I see that as is, we have a lot of people coming into our city, and they're becoming an integral part of our city. And if there's a way that we can make it a little bit more welcome to them by providing them with some of the necessities or some of the things that are deemed necessities for them, I definitely feel that it's well worth it. And we welcome them to our city and welcome them to be part of our growing population.
When I was the director of the Multicultural Association, one thing I could tell you that we did is a lot of families, when they're coming in as a work permit, they're flying in, and all they have is their suitcase. That's it. So one thing that we did invest a lot in, and then even with all the, we try to get some funding or some grants, is we were buying mattresses. So at least they weren't sleeping on the floor. Yes. Yes, me and Councillor Hondas were moving furniture out of Councillor Anderson's house to deliver to a family that, it's very difficult. These are very, they think of a better life, and they move away and they come here and they don't know where they're going because they've got a job offer. They haven't looked at the city that they're moving to. And when they get here, they realize how expensive it is. And that money, I can guarantee you, is being used. It's being used for proper reason. Yeah. Okay, so I'll go back to you, Councillor Anderson. Are you okay with, or you want the 3?
Now you're tugging on my heartstrings, talking about the mattresses. If we're sure that the money is going towards, because I've seen the families come in, a family of 5 with 7 suitcases and nothing else. So if I can be assured that the money is going towards helping to set these families up, I'll be okay with it.
Yeah. They're doing good work. They have like 3 mini barns, and they try to get from, furniture from the community. But mattresses is one that they say don't take mattresses unless we really know who it comes from. So, yeah. Okay. Deputy Mayor Willett?
I'm good with the 5,000.
Okay. Councillor Burnett?
Good with the 5.
All right. Councillor LeBlanc, we already know. Councillor Branch?
I'm good with the 5. And I do have another question, if I may.
Is it the top part? I know you
Yeah,
were
it's the
lit
top-
up. It's the
top
top
part.
right ahead. Yep.
I was just kind of curious. I noticed the Bathurst Art Society, that one increased by 2,000 also. I was just wondering why that one increased.
Okay.
Bathurst Art Society.
Okay. Councillor Burnett? You seem to
Thanks, Madam Mayor.
think he's going to be able to answer your question since he's on the Arts Committee.
Yeah, just part of operations have increased for heat, etc. So it's just the cost of running the operation has increased over the year.
Okay. Does that answer your question, Councillor Branch?
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody at the Art Society are all volunteers, so there's nobody that gets paid. They're all volunteers. So I think the funds that they try to get is mostly to cover their expenses. Okay. So $22.50 for 3 children local, children in Bathurst. North Tedegush, we leave it at 5, and the multicultural, we leave it at 5. So the recommendation we have on top, council okay with that to go to a resolution next week? Okay. Now we'll go to the bottom part, the tourism accommodation levy. And we can, I know Councillor Branch, you were lit up, eh? Did you have a question concerning? Oh, that was it? Okay, perfect. All right. So Nipisiguit Sports Lodge, 17,500. Is this the first request that Nipisiguit Sports Lodge does, Councillor LeBlanc?
Yes, it's their first request, and it was to build a bridge, if my memory serves me right, for the skidoos. And we did have some flexibility in that account, so we wanted to really hear from our colleagues on this one, but we wanted to, like for us, we had to at least help them out. The only issue I had when they presented is basically we were paying for the whole thing, and I kind of wanted them to get involved also and to help with this project. So that's why we put that there, but again, we are more than willing to listen to our colleagues on this one here, because it's a good project and it brings people to our city. So.
Okay, Councillor Scary, did you
Well,
want to add
it's
to that?
basically, yeah, that was.
All right. Councillor Anderson?
I would support the 35 with this one because it is a tourism-driven thing. I would say a vast majority of the people that will be using that bridge is tourists coming in from out of town. And I know that the lodge, I mean, the money that they do make throughout the year goes towards maintaining the trails and stuff like that upriver. So I personally would support the 35.
All right. Mr. Abernathy, and then I'll go to Mr. Pettigrew, and then I'll go to you, Councillor Hondas.
Probably the same thing.
Okay. All right.
Our interest in this whole thing. Thank you, Madam Mayor. So it's probably important to note that the water course that this bridge and culvert is being built over is a direct feeder to our potable water system. So right now there's ATVs and whatnot that go through there in the summertime. In the winter it's not so bad because it's all frozen over, and the Skidoo Club are good stewards of the watershed and everything. But this would provide a significantly better situation for that water course throughout the remainder of the year, for sure. So something to keep in mind.
Okay, moving good. 35. Councillor Hondas?
Well, basically, I'm for the 35 too. This is and especially now that Mr. Abernathy kind of explained what help it could do for our city, and I was under the impression. I spoke with Peter Canal after he made that presentation to see if any money from the dues that we paid to use the trails would be used towards this, and no, just for the maintain the trail system itself. So they, unless they can have some sort of fund there or somewhere to make some money to do this, but I think this is a good thing for us either way. So I'd support the 35.
All right. Councillor Knowles?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. What is the current status? When do they want to have this built, or is it already started, or just so I understand?
Mr. Abernathy?
Thanks, Madam Mayor. I've had contractors contact me regarding the specification of what's required and whatnot, but I haven't heard back of any actual pricing or anything. But this is something that the Snowmobile Club were certainly intending on doing this year, for sure, this summer. Yeah.
No, that's going to be a great help for sure. I'll support the 35 for that.
Okay.
That's a good tourism thing for sure. Yeah.
Good. So we made that change to 35. Hospitality days, 50,000, no objection. Okay. Old Post Office. So we'll go back to the Old Post Office. Feedback on, we gave 40. Do we continue with another 20, or does council believe? Okay, Councillor Branch.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. What we had agreed to last time was what Councillor Honda said. We would give the $40,000 because that was an emergency. And the other $60,000, we were not going to commit to that. We were going to leave that to help them access funding from other levels of government. So we'd have money left to do that.
Okay. Councillor Deputy Mayor Willett.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm working on this project, so I can tell you it's the same thing as working on parks or working on anything else. They're the ones that are going to be applying for government funds or whatever. So the more they can amass in the coffers to be able to do the project or keep on working on a project is going to be great, and it can be used for definitely for tourism, for hospitality, or anything else of the sort. So far with what council have given them already, they put in a 600 amp entrance. The heating is in there now, so the building is heated at 68 degrees, and let us keep on working. So this week we've changed all the door locks. We got all the doors working again, so all the locks are working again, and we're working on the plans now for the construction plans that CLAD are going to put together for us to start putting the bathrooms and that together. So the more we can do, the more we can get, the faster it's going to be operational and working. So I'm hoping that council can see to keep on funding this project. So
Okay.
thank you.
I'll go to you, Councillor Burnett, to get your feedback.
I agree with Deputy Mayor.
OK. Conseiller Leblanc, tu t'avais déjà donné 20, ça fait t'es correct à rester avec
Oui,
la
mais
continuité du 20? OK.
Oh. On a aucune... Sur le côté culturel dans Bathurst, c'est probablement notre plus grosse faiblesse.
Mhm. Oui.
On a très peu du côté culturel, ça fait... Mais écoutez, je suis bien correct avec les recommandations de mes collègues, mais je suis plus de l'avis, évidemment, député maire Willett.
OK. Councillor Scarry, I'm going to go to you. You're OK with another 20, or what's your recommendation?
Yeah, I'm definitely okay with another 20. I think, you take a look at buildings, heritage buildings, and those kinds of things that often disappear within a community. And there's a classic building that is one of very few that were built by that. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but there's not that many buildings left of his design and that structure. So I definitely feel that we should do a major part to keep it going here in our area. And it's a great focal point in the downtown area. It's great to come down across the Village Bridge and see the clock all lit up and realize that's working again. And, that's just one of the, it's a small thing, but when you see that, you realize that something's happening and you see people utilizing that facility. I think it's definitely well worth it.
All right. Councillor Legacy?
I do support the project and I like the idea, but I don't like giving money without having it tied to something, because what's to stop them from coming in next month and saying this is an emergency, we need money for this. It's good that the work is getting done, but it needs to be planned out, budget based, so we can manage our expenses as well. So I say no for now, but if something comes in later in this year, doesn't mean we can't give it to them.
Okay.
So no.
All right. Councillor Knowles?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm not sure, trying to understand the original agreement that we had made. This is an addition, right?
Yeah.
To the 20 that we committed? I kind of agree with Councillor Legacy on this one, but it's a hard one to say no to. I really believe in the project. I've supported it all along. So this is for this year, the 20,000 for 2025?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a 3-year commitment. No. 20,000 for 2025, and then next year, well, whatever, right? I'll go ahead with the 20,000 this year, but I'm not sure that's what we have originally agreed to. I hate to say that, but
Okay. Because we have 20,000 automatically coming in. This is an extra 20,000 on top of
this
it.
is an extra
Yes.
$20,000.
Yes.
No, I'll still go with the 20,000 addition, but
Okay.
I'm not so sure that's what we agreed to. But
Okay. Councillor Hondas?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Up to now, the city has granted $140,000 from what I can understand, right? 100,000 over 5 years, an extra 40,000 that we gave them, plus they want another 20,000 for the next 3 years, so it would be 40,000 increments instead of 20? Or is it just 20 for this year and then going forward? 3 more, so it would be $40,000 for the next 3 years.
Yes.
So instead of, why don't we just extend it, instead of giving 3, give it 6 20,000s? Instead of doing 40, 40, 40. But I agree with Councillor Legacy's thing that if we keep giving them money and they keep coming to see us, and Councillor Branch said the same thing a while ago, our initial agreement was 100,000 over 5 years. Then they needed 100, another 100,000. Then we gave them 40 of that, and we told them we'd just keep it in increments of 20,000. I think that's what I'd be in favor of. No extra money for this year, and in case they run into another issue later on. That the way that I'm looking at it. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking some of us are on the same wavelength there.
Okay, so we're lit up everywhere. So I'll give everybody a chance to speak. Deputy Mayor Willett.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So the $20,000, this comes from the tourism levy fund, so you can't go 3 years in a row. So, or you can, I don't know, but we're just asking for this year. So, really. So.
But you're getting 20 already.
Yes.
You want another 20?
Yeah.
For this year.
For this year.
Okay. Councillor Anderson.
Thank you, Your Worship. In reference to the parks, like, we can't, with the parks, we can't put lots of money in the account when it comes to funding, because if we go out for funding on something, then the city needs to be a partner and cough up a percentage of that. So then if we're to give this and then you guys go out for funding on a project, then they say, well, we need the city to be involved and pay X amount of dollars towards, then we're end up topping off more money. Like it's like Councillor Legacy said, there's no project attached to it. It's just keep giving money to fill up the bank account. So like I'm totally in support of the project, but it's like Councillor Honda said. I mean, we agreed to the $100,000 over a 5-year period. And then they came back last year for the extra 100. We gave the 40 because they needed the heat installed for the winter. So we did that. But to go from 20 to now 40 again this year, I have to say no without a project attached to it. Doesn't make sense.
Okay. Councillor Branch.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yeah, and that's exactly why we had said when we discussed it last year, we said we would not commit to the other 60,000. Because they were going to be actively looking for funds from other levels of government, and we knew that, there was a probability that the city would have to put money into that, right? So, and that's why I don't want to commit to this 20,000. If they come later in the year and they say we can get this money from RDC or someone, and we need the city to cough up $20 or $30 or $40,000, then that's more money we have to come up with again. That's why I think we should hold this money back and see what other sources of funding they can get. And like Councillor Legacy said, if there's an emergency or an issue, well, we can evaluate at that time.
Okay. Deputy Mayor Willett.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Well, I hear council, and I got no problem with that. If we go get funding from the government and they want money from the city, then we'll come back and make that presentation at that time. Right there now, we're just going to go full blast with what we have and keep on working on what we have. So,
okay, so we're giving them 20 for 2025, not 40.
Ooh, yes,
And
just
if
our
something
regular,
happens,
just
then
our
we
regular
can come
agreement.
back to council.
Yeah, just our regular agreement. And if we need funding because of the government asks for the city to put in some funding, then we'll come back as a group.
Councillor Burnett.
Well, thanks, Madam Mayor. We gave them 40 to put a heating system in there, and then they asked for more money to run the heating system, and we didn't give them any. So are those pumps just sitting there, or did they find some money to heat the building with the new system?
No, we got to we got to find the money to heat the building. So the building is being heated. So we're working in there. We're still working in there. So guess what? We still have to pay the heating.
So there's 20, would it be toward the heat?
Listen, I can't say it goes into the account, and whatever we need to work with, that's what we do. So we set all the heat pumps at 68 degrees, and at 68 degrees it keeps the building very nicely heated. So hopefully the rest of council can come and see exactly what work's being done, what work has been done, and exactly how well those heat pumps are keeping the building warm. So basically that's what we're working on. So
Do you have the money to pay that heat bill at the end of the month, or what? Or do you need the 20?
We'll find it.
They're good. All right. Well, I'll take the blame for that one. I'm the one that told them to come back and ask for more money. So, well, it's a heritage culture. It's something that we have that we cannot lose. So, and if council is in agreement that we gave the 40, they're operational, and if they have any additional projects, they can come back by all means. But yes, we cannot lose that old post office. Okay. So we get to Santina Pizziquit Micmac Trail, operate Wilderness Hiking Trail, $2,000. Any objection there?
No.
Okay. Classic Fest Chaleur, operating expense, $2,500. Any objections? Doucette Hennessy House, Phase 2, $3,000 that they're requesting. No objections? Okay. So then that basically solidifies everything. And we did have some requests for this evening, which the committee will have to bring at the next meeting with some of the requests that we've received. So we're good for next week based on this information. We'll send it to council to make sure. If you have any questions, email our city clerk ahead of time before we bring it to the resolution. Okay. Snowfest by Jacob Button. Hello, Jacob. Sorry to keep you waiting.
No worries at all. Well, thank you for letting me speak with you all this evening and talk about our Snow Festival. I don't believe I came last year to talk about it, but in 2023 I had, so I'm happy to be back. We're really excited about Snowfest this year. It's happening again on the Family Day long weekend, so coming up this weekend, so starting Friday, February 14th, and running until the 17th of February, which is the Family Day Monday. It's really shaping up to be an incredible event this year, so we're looking forward to it. It's been growing in popularity since we brought it back post-pandemic. That was in 2023. Just like in past years, we've teamed up with local organizations and community partners. Go to the next slide here. And different community partners around the city, giving them a chance to basically share their information with us. They're running an event or some sort of promotion, and then we will help promote it. So we'll put it on our social media, we'll put it on our website, try to get the word out there for them, and kind of spread that wealth around, give them some awareness. As with other years, we made it easy for these groups to get involved. There's an online sign-up form. They add their information to the form, and then we go with the promotion. So putting it on our event calendar, which can be accessed on our website, and then our Facebook page. This year we have our busiest weekend yet, with over 20 events and promotions happening around the city. We have stuff on every single day, which I'll get to in a couple minutes here. But it really shows how engaged our community is and these groups that want to be involved. As you all know, winters here can be long and very cold. So the idea with Snow Festival is to get people out, to get people enjoying our beautiful region, and to embrace the season. It's all about getting outside or staying in, I should mention, as we do have many things that accommodate people that just want to cozy up inside, doing art activities and things like that. We have things for everyone, things for all ages. It's very much an inclusive event where we want to accommodate as many interests that our community have. It's really a celebration to demonstrate how vibrant our community is. I want to give a heartfelt thank you to Lisa Noel and Pauline Armstrong. They're my incredible co-hosts with the Snow Festival. Their support in the initial planning stages and their contributions to the weekend's events have been invaluable to me and the team. I'd also like to recognize our amazing community partners and local community business owners whose initiatives have added so much to the weekend. Snow Festival wouldn't be nearly as vibrant or as full without their dedication and creativity. So just to highlight some of the locations and areas that things are going to be taking place. It's all about celebrating our city. So we have different events all over the city. There's no real focal point. And local businesses and organizations that want to join in the fun, it was open to them if they want to be a part of it. We've got, like I mentioned before, we have something for everyone with indoor and outdoor activities for all ages. So events are taking place at Daly Point, La Promenade Waterfront, KC Irving Regional Center, Le Fat Shack, College Hill, Yawhall Beach, and we have activities at many local businesses and organizations like the Bathurst Public Library, North Teddigosh Recreation Center, Bathurst Curling Club, Layers 3D Print Studio, Out of the Closet Boutique, and I just found out tonight that Snow Bear, they're going to be a part of the event as well. So they graciously are going to be running a promotion over the weekend. So stay tuned for that. We'll have the details probably worked out tomorrow. So yeah, it's very much, we have lots of people offering different events and promotions either inside or out. So just to run through some of this stuff, we're starting the weekend with a breakfast at the beach. That's with East Coast Adventures. The Daly Point will have snowshoe rentals and a nature tree identification walk with Maritime Forestry College. Then we have a knitting activity at the Bathurst Public Library. And to wrap up the day, there's a Titan game. The Acadie Bathurst Titan are taking on the Shawnigan Cataracts at the KCI. On Saturday the 15th, we're starting off the day with free fat bike demos in the morning. Then the Bathurst Public Library is doing their used book sale, as well as their very popular Saturday story time. Then Daly Point will again have snowshoe rentals and a nature painting activity inside the nice warm hut. And to finish the day, the North Teddigosh Recreation Center is hosting a family observation snowshoe rally. And then on the 16th, the Sunday, we have an animal track identification activity at Daly Point. There'll be a free public skate at the KCI. The Acadie, the pop-up market, where am I here? The Acadie Bathurst Titans are taking on the Charlottetown Islanders that afternoon. The Bathurst Curling Club will host a family night of curling in the evening. And then that evening will be a sliding party on the CC&B College Hill. And then our final day on the 17th, that's the Family Day Monday, we'll wrap up Snow Festival with our Family Day Festival. That's at La Promenade Waterfront, and it's filled with different things. So we have everything from outdoor bilingual storytelling, pop-up market from Shal Bay, skating on the outdoor rink, which should be up shortly. The Explore NB interpreters are going to be on site sharing everything about New Brunswick. There'll also be karaoke and much more. And there'll also be a Family Day Paint and Create event at Layers 3D Print Studio and an event called Snow Much Style from Out of the Closet Boutique. So it's quite a full weekend. My mouth is dry from explaining it all. And really, we've gotten a lot of acknowledgement, both online and on radio. So we have ads going through Bounce Radio and CKLE. They're talking about it on the radio, and then we do have ads running. The Northern Light is running a feature about it the weekend. Tourism New Brunswick has included us on their Explore NB website and their very popular Facebook page. So that was a great nod. And then tomorrow morning, actually, I'm speaking on the radio with Radio Canada on their show La Virée. Doing a little, I guess, more buzz for the weekend. So there's a lot of talk about this event. We really seem to be one of the only types of events like this in the region, especially during this time of year. So I think it's really an important event for our community. It really highlights that we can do stuff outside. So I think the word is out there that it's a great event that should continue. And if you guys want to check out any of the events, the best place, the most up-to-date information is on our Facebook page, so Bathurst Recreation Loisir, or at bathurst.ca/events, which is our event calendar, and you can see the full list of the schedule. You also should have all received, I believe, these were sent out to you, the digital copy anyway, but this is just the full, it's on a legal paper, and this is just the French version, just the English. That's how many events are there. So if you do want to take a look at that or pass it around, please feel free to do so. And thank you for this opportunity to speak about it. And I hope to see some of you out at some of the events over the weekend.
Thank you. Councillor LeBlanc?
Well, thank you, Jacob. Bathurst is such a beautiful city. And on top of that, we're really a family town. It's an amazing place to raise a family, to have a family, and to live, period. I just want to thank you and all the people that are involved in this, and I hope all the citizens of the region will come and enjoy all these activities and enjoy our wonderful city. So it's really a thank you to you and all the staff that are involved.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's going to be an interesting weekend.
Yes.
Busy.
Yes, and with the snow, it'll be really exciting.
Yes, and we're getting snow. For once, we're getting a storm, and we're like, finally. All right. Rezoning request for Daniel Drive and Vanier Boulevard by Marc Bouffard. Bonne soirée à vous tous. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. So tonight we have, we'll make a presentation about a rezoning project that Conseil will initiate next week. But it's a good idea to present the project in advance. So the the owner is a number company, 679798 New Brunswick Limited, or Charleroi is the person, the developer behind this project. So the project, the request is to rezone 6 parcels of land located at the intersection of Daniel Drive and Vanier Boulevard to make a residential complex comprising several multi-unit row houses. So it's a major project. So here you have the property in question. So there are 6 parcels as part of the property. 4 of them abut on Daniel Drive. There is 1 parcel that abuts Vanier Boulevard. I think if I use the mouse here, you have 1 parcel abutting on the Vanier Boulevard, and we have 1 big parcel that is landlocked. Altogether, the 6 parcels cover an area of 14,800 square meters, so this is 1.4 hectares. The property has a frontage of 60 meters on the Vanier Boulevard and 95 meters on Daniel Drive. And those lots, they go back as they were approved in 1965 as part of a Riverview Height subdivision approved in 65, and the 2 lots at the back were approved in 78 as part of the Riverview Height extension subdivision. Donc, l'utilisation actuelle de ces terrains, les 4 parcelles qui donnent sur la rue Daniel sont occupées par 6 habitations unifamiliales. Les 2 autres parcelles à l'arrière sont vacances. Elles donnent sur la route 11, sur l'emprise de la route 11. Il sera opportun de mentionner que la parcelle, le terrain est traversé par une ligne électrique, une servitude NB Power, qui devra être relocalisée dans le cadre de ce projet d'aménagement. Parce que les habitations multifamiliales seront construites où la ligne la ligne de transmission qui dessert les maisons qui donnent sur la rue Daniel. Donc, cette ligne d'électricité devra être relocalisée par le développeur. La propriété est située dans un secteur résidentiel délimité au sud par le boulevard Vanier et au nord par la rivière Tétagouche. On remarque, on constate, on sait qu'il y a un regroupement de 16 habitations jumelées du côté est qui appartient au même développeur, au même propriétaire. Et on dénombre 4 maisons unifamiliales plus à l'est donnant sur la promenade Daniel et Ulrich. Je suis très capable. Ah ouais. Donc ici, on a les 4 maisons sur la promenade Daniel, le terrain en question sujet au rezonage et les autres habitations qui appartiennent au même développeur. So the existing land use, so this is the subject property in yellow. So to the west, we have the Route 11, the Highway 11, and further west, we have the Highway Commercial Zone where we have a lot of highway commercial business, including the motel Atlantic Coast, and now we now have the new store on the Vanier, owned by the First Nation, and so on. To the east, we have some large subdivision, and also a few parks. To the north, we have Tétagouche River, and to the south is Route 11 and the access ramp and Ryan Street. So this is the subject property over here. So this project will require an amendment to the municipal plan and to the zoning bylaw. Under the municipal plan, the subject property, the subject property here is designated residential, and this project fits in the policy that we have in the municipal plan. So we do have some policy statement in the municipal plan to encourage infilling and consolidation and growth of subdivision in area where investment in infrastructure and community facilities have already been made. Another statement, policy statement, is to encourage a mixture of housing type and price within the municipality. Another statement is to provide acceptable location for higher density form of accommodation. And finally, to encourage an adequate supply of affordable housing for lower and middle income residents. So this project, in our opinion, meets the policy statement found in the municipal plan for the city of Bathurst. Under the zoning bylaw, the land, the subject property is presently zoned R2 for single and 2 units dwelling, and also to mention that the land along the river are subject to provincial regulation concerning buffer zone along watercourse and wetland. So this is the developer is made aware that the province, there is a buffer along the river that is protected under the WAWA regulation. Actuellement, en vertu du zonage actuel, les usages permis consistent en des maisons unifamiliales ou bifamiliales ou des habitations jumelées, de même que des parcs et des espaces verts. Donc, le projet contemplé par le développeur n'est pas permis en vertu du zonage actuel, donc ça nécessite un rezonage de la propriété. Donc, la demande de rezonage présentée vise à rezonner la propriété de R2, soit habitation à unité simple, et à 2 unités à AI, aménagement intégré, afin de permettre l'aménagement d'un complexe résidentiel comprenant un ensemble d'habitations à logements multiples de type en rangée. Dans un premier temps, les 6 habitations existantes, donc les 6 maisons qui donnent sur la rue Daniel, seront relocalisées, déménagées pour être regroupées ensemble dans une habitation arrangée le long de la limite, le long de la limite de la propriété ici. Donc, parallèlement à la limite contiguë avec la parcelle de terrain située au 1268 Promenade Daniel. Donc, pour faire de la place pour son projet d'habitation, les 6 habitations ici qui font le coin vont être relocalisées dans une nouvelle habitation multifamiliale. D'accord? Ensuite, donc, le développeur nous a soumis différents concepts d'aménagement. Aux dernières nouvelles, je lui ai parlé jeudi. Donc, pour l'instant, il propose de construire entre 40 et 48 unités de logement réparties dans 5 ou 6 habitations en rangée d'un étage. Donc, chaque habitation aurait 8 unités de logement. Donc, dépendant si on fait 5 ou 6, le projet pourrait avoir entre 40 et 48 unités de logement au total. Ce sont des habitations en rangée perpendiculaires, comme on peut le voir à la rue Daniel, mais l'unité ici, il y a une unité qui ferait face au boulevard Vanier. Donc, vous voyez ici un peu le genre de concept de complexe résidentiel contemplé par le développeur. Au niveau des impacts visuels, quand on évalue un projet, on regarde différents impacts, dont des impacts visuels. Le même développeur appartient à d'autres projets similaires dans la région Chaleur. C'est un développeur qui appartient à beaucoup d'unités résidentielles, beaucoup de blocs appartements dans la région Chaleur. Les habitations pourraient ressembler à celles d'un complexe situé à Nigadou, qu'on voit ici la photo en haut, mais sans les garages. Dans son projet, le développeur propose une architecture similaire, mais il n'y aurait pas de garage d'impliqué dans ces habitations-là. La propriété est enclavée, donc, entre le boulevard Vanier, la route 11 d'un côté et la rivière Tête à gauche. De l'autre côté de la rue, les terrains appartiennent au même développeur et les impacts visuels sur les autres propriétés qui donnent sur la promenade Daniel et Ulrich seraient minimes à notre avis. Si je peux voir encore ma souris, en tout cas, je ne la vois pas. Au niveau de la circulation du stationnement, donc, la propriété est bornée au sud par le boulevard Vanier, qui est une des principales artères de la ville. Donc, c'est une rue importante dans la ville, c'est une des grandes artères de la ville. L'accès au complexe résidentiel se ferait à partir de la promenade Daniel. Selon les options proposées, 2 ou 3 allées d'accès sont proposées. L'arrêté de zonage exige un espace de stationnement par unité de logement et le nombre de stationnements proposés dans les plans d'aménagement proposés sont plus que suffisants pour desservir le nouveau complexe multifamilial. In terms of constraint, the property borders the Tetagush River. So we have the property here. Yeah. So we have the subject property, and to the north we have the Tetagush River. Again, there is a buffer zone, the reserve along the river, the 30 meters buffer zone. And also, at this location, the Tetagush River is set in a deep ravine that do not represent a flood hazard for the elevated portion of the property at street level. I should have mentioned, so again, the property, you have the main portion at the same level as Daniel Drive and Vanier Boulevard, but as you go behind, there's a ravine towards the Tetagush River, and so it's very deep, so there is no, where the building are proposed, flood is really not an issue. And here what you have on this picture is the flood map proposed or published by the province of New Brunswick. However, the front part of the building, the front part of the lot abutting on the adjacent street form a plateau that is flat with an elevation of 40 meters above sea level. However, there is a sharp drop of almost 30 meters over a distance of 71 meters between the ridge line of the lot and the Tétagush River to the north. And also, there is a steep drop between the property towards Route 11. So this is something that has to be taken into consideration. So, as you know, there's some topography and the topographie, je cherche mon terme là. Il y a eu comme des problèmes d'érosion dans ce secteur-là de la ville, des éboulements. Il y a même, je pense, des maisons qui ont dû être déménagées, enlevées. Donc, comme condition préalable à la demande de rezonage, on a déjà demandé aux développeurs de nous soumettre une étude géotechnique, un rapport géotechnique, afin d'établir une marge de sécurité à partir de la crête du terrain, à partir de la crête de la pente, pour le nouvel aménagement proposé. Donc, il y a un consultant professionnel qui a été engagé par le promoteur, et selon son rapport, le consultant est d'avis que le site convient au bâtiment proposé. Donc, à condition, il y a quand même des conditions, des recommandations que le consultant a faites, à commencer par le fait que le site ne doit pas être abaissé ou élevé considérablement. Et le consultant recommande que les plans de conception définitifs soient examinés par lui au fur et à mesure de l'avancement de la conception, afin de s'assurer que les directives fournies dans son rapport ont été interprétées comme prévu. Donc, on a voulu s'assurer que le terrain était sécure et qu'il ne représentait pas de déficience en termes de stabilité des sols. Et l'étude démontre que le terrain est suffisamment solide, n'est pas sujet à érosion et peut supporter le projet. Donc, au niveau du nouveau zonage proposé, il y a 2 documents à amender, le plan municipal et l'arrêté de zonage. Donc, on recommande de modifier l'affectation du sol de la propriété de commerce. Excusez-moi, ça devrait être de résidentiel à aménagement intégré et non pas commercial. Le terrain est désigné résidentiel, mais on propose une nouvelle désignation, aménagement intégré. Et de même chose, on recommande de modifier le zonage de résidentiel de type R2-1 à développement intégré. Et puis, les zones d'aménagement intégré, c'est propice à ce genre d'aménagement sur lequel, sur un terrain, on peut avoir un ensemble de bâtiments. Donc, ça nous permet une certaine flexibilité pour approuver des complexes composés de plusieurs habitations. À cette étape-ci, on a élaboré un certain nombre de conditions qui font partie de la première phase, de la première ronde de discussion. Donc, je vais les mentionner. Donc, tout nouveau point d'accès entre la propriété et les rues attenantes doivent être approuvés par le service des travaux publics qui se réserve le droit de demander des rapports d'experts qu'il juge nécessaires, si jamais ça devait être le cas. Si ça devait être le cas, le propriétaire doit contacter la province pour toute modification en bordure de la rivière Tétagush. Ça lui prend ce qu'on appelle un WAWA permit. Pour le reste, l'ensemble des dispositions contenues dans l'arrêté de zonage continue de s'appliquer. Ici, on a pris les principales recommandations qui étaient dans le rapport d'ingénierie pour les sols, pour la stabilité des sols, et on les inclut dans les conditions. La principale ici que je devrais lire, c'est que aucune construction ne devrait être à moins de 3,5 mètres par rapport au bord de la pente la plus proche. Donc, où le ravin commence, aucune construction devrait respecter une marge de retrait d'au moins 3,5 mètres, telle que recommandée par le consultant. Et aussi, étant donné que on n'a pas encore de plan définitif, de plan d'ensemble, on met une condition à l'effet que le plan final retenu par le développeur devrait être soumis à l'approbation du comité d'urbanisme et du Conseil. Donc, puis il pourrait y avoir d'autres conditions qui vont se rajouter durant le processus de rezonage. Donc, ça termine ma présentation ce soir.
Councillor Burnett.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. Thanks for your presentation. I have a number of questions. The stability of the land at the back, that was an issue with the city and certain subdivisions before, and a lot of the instability was caused by fill. So is there going to be a lot of fill allowed in the back of this?
No, as I mentioned in the report, the consultant said there should be no backfill, the land shall not be raised or excavated. So the building will be, first of all, there will be a slab. There will be no full foundation under those buildings. So the slab will be at level, and there will be no excavation and no backfill. It's going to build on the plateau at the. It's not going to build where in the ravine. It's going to build where the land is flat.
And the consultant is well-known, respected, and licensed, and all that stuff.
Yes, it's specialized. It's a major company, major engineering company doing those type of studies.
Okay, because that was a question in the past. And this company, they studied the stability of the bank in the back.
Yes.
As far as the foundations are going to go, not the floor. As far as the flooring is going to go, it's stable.
Yes.
We've got letters written to that effect.
It's in the report. We have a full report, 50, 60 page, that was also reviewed by the staff, by the other department.
Yeah.
And they have standards, the level of safety. So according to the consultant, the soil stability is not an issue.
Another one? Our cities, this water and sewer system, can it handle this much expansion in that area?
Yes.
Not another lift station required?
No, again, it's we already have existing houses there, so no lift station will be required.
The lines are already there, they just need to be connecting to the additional.
So you don't need another lift station to handle sewage from such a project?
No.
It's a great project. I like the looks of it. But what about the people who live in those homes? Are they going to be given enough notice to find a place to live? Is the developer going to help them out?
Again, so that's not our.
That's not our call?
No.
What I can tell you about the developer is I'm sure he's not going to leave them in a cold. You know, he's actually very well, like his prices are beyond reasonable. For a 3-bedroom house, 4-bedroom house, you pay $900. Is like he's one of the ones that gives you the best deal for your buck. So I'm sure he'll manage something.
Okay. No, I like the project. Don't get me wrong. It's just the people that live there need a place to live, and they're going to move those 6 houses. Are they going to become available too for those people that maybe live in there?
Again, that's between the developer.
Whereabouts on the lot are those 6 houses going to go?
Sorry?
Whereabouts on that lot are those 6 houses going to go that are there?
Where they will go?
Yeah.
He was showing it on the screen.
Yeah.
Is that the long one there?
So yeah, that's the one here. So right now the houses are along the.
Yeah, and then they'll.
And
go
those are the 6. The
Right
6
there.
houses will be put together here.
Okay.
So along, as I said, along this property, and here we are going to. This is where the new dwellings will be built. 5 or 6 of them.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Councillor Hondas?
This developer has already bought that pretty much all. He's put new siding, new roofing, he's put new sheds in that place. He's already taken one of those buildings and split it in half and joined it to the one that burnt. He knows what he's doing. I think like Mayor Chamberlain said, I think we can count on him. I've seen some of his properties in Nigadoo. They're beautiful. If you go along the road going from Nigadoo to Trans-Canada, he's got a bunch of those side-by-side houses there, and they're just great looking. Unfortunately, I don't think he'd build somewhere that he thinks that's going to fall in the ravine there. So I think he's doing his homework, and as we are. Good presentation, M. Bouffard. I think it's very informative, and I think this is something that we all strive to have. So I think we should help him in any way that we can. But that's just my 2 cents.
All right. And it's already gone to PAC? No, not yet. Okay, it's going to PAC. All right. Thank you very, very
Monday,
much.
just to summarize, so Monday, Council will pass a resolution
Okay.
to initiate the rezoning process
And then it's going to
to
go to
present the application to the PAC.
Okay.
And then there will be a public hearing and so on. The rezoning, if we follow the schedule, will go, we should, up to early in June. So we
Early
expect-
June?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have to go through amendment to the municipal plan,
Mhm.
consultation, and amendment to the zoning, so takes us to June.
Okay. Which is good because we're shortage 165 units per year for the next 3 years. So let's add more units. Merci, Monsieur Bouffard. Okay. Okay. Policies. P 2025-03 committee policy. Amy Lynn is not with us this evening. She's on vacation. So basically, this policy that has been provided to everyone, this is our new governance, our new policy that we're putting forward. With this policy, if council has any questions or anything, we'll try to answer this evening. But next week, we would bring this to resolution. And from this policy, that's when we are going to review all our policies. So if we look at their economic development policy that we want to move forward, that would be one of the first ones that would fall this governance, and we put that policy together. So each committee that we have will follow these terms.
Yeah, they'll have the term of reference.
Yeah, they'll have a term of reference for each committee. So we're being much more structured within our policies, which is part of the governance. Councillor Anderson?
Thank you, Your Worship. I think it would be beneficial if we had a list of which committees these would impact, because we have a lot of quote-unquote committees that the councillor is just really a liaison to that committee, and it's not a full-fledged City of Bathurst committee. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, anything, and we'll bring it back. So we will bring the committees to council. The ones that we are at the liaison, for example, the access for disability.
Right.
That will not be part of this structured committee. Anything that we are a liaison to, that's their committee, let's say the pool. So Casey Irving, the North Tedagouche Rec Center, that still belongs to North Tedagouche Rec Center. These are the ones that are going to stay separate.
But I think that
Yes.
council will need a list so there's no confusion that this committee that they may sit on may be impacted by that policy, because
Yes.
it's not going to impact everything.
No, it's not going to impact everything, and we will review all of these with council anyway. We will start implementing them in place. So if you're okay with this, we bring this next week to the resolution? Good. Okay, I'll give you the mic.
Thank you, Worship. But if you notice that if there's any questions or comments, you don't have to wait. Feel free to email them, and then we can have the information. We'll share it with everyone. But if you notice anything during this now, to definitely send it ahead of time, and we can get some information.
Exactly, yeah. We don't have to wait till next week.
Yeah, you don't have to wait to ask those questions. We can answer those and prep them and get ready for them. So,
Okay, good. Well, we're meeting adjourned. Thank you very much. Merci, bonsoir d'être avec nous ce soir.